Hi there, loyal Rangers supporters. It's always a great feeling to have you back here on the channel, part of this ever-growing family that lives and breathes everything blue. Every week we dive deep into the heart of Rangers, the ups, the downs, and everything in between. And today, there's plenty to talk about. The passion, the frustrations, the belief that never fades. That's what makes this club different. Now, without wasting any time, let's talk about what's really going on at Ibrox, because there's a lot happening both on and off the pitch right now. When Youssef Chamatai arrived at Ibrox over the summer, the buzz around his name was massive. Coming from Everton with a hefty price tag, he was seen as one of the new pillars of the attack, the man to bring fresh energy and sharp finishing to the front line. But as we've seen in these first few months, things haven't quite gone according to plan. The goals haven't flowed, the confidence looks shaken, and questions are starting to surface among supporters. What's gone wrong for Chamatai, and why hasn't he managed to find his rhythm yet? It's not a simple answer, but it's one that's worth exploring, because behind every slow start, there's a story deeper than just what we see on the pitch. The expectations on his shoulders were huge from day one. The number 8 million kept being mentioned, the fee, the comparisons, the pressure. And as we know in Glasgow, when you come in for that kind of money, every touch, every miss, every expression gets analyzed. Barry Ferguson, who knows the club better than most, said recently that the young forward looks like he's carrying the world on his back. And he's right. You can see it in the way Chamatai moves, the way he presses, sometimes even the way he celebrates. There's tension. There's a sense that he's desperate to prove himself, but maybe trying too hard in the process. Now, let's be fair to the lad. He didn't ask to come in for that price. He didn't choose to be the big money hope for Rangers' attack. Those decisions are made above him. But he's the one feeling the consequences when the goals don't come. And that's a lot to deal with for any player, especially one still adapting to the physical and emotional demands of Scottish football. The Premiership is intense. The weather, the pressure, the constant demand for results. It takes time to settle. You can have all the talent in the world, but when confidence dips, the hardest thing to find is calm. We've seen this story before. Ferguson even mentioned Tor Andre Flo, who carried that heavy price tag years ago. Flo scored plenty, yet people still remember the fee before the goals. It's the same burden Chamatai is carrying now, and it's visible in those crucial moments, like the ones at Hampton against Celtic. He had chances, moments to silence the critics, but the ball just wouldn't fall kindly. And in Glasgow derbies, when you miss those, the noise grows louder. But here's the thing, players grow through these periods. The question isn't whether Chamatai is good enough, it's whether he can overcome the mental weight and rediscover his natural game. Those close to the squad say he's putting in the work at training, that he's trying to rebuild that belief. The new coaching team at Ibrox is working to help him do just that. With Sasha Lenser and Matthias Keltenbach now part of the backroom staff, the focus has been on improving performance and confidence within the team. The new manager wants to bring in even more experience. Someone who understands the Scottish game and the culture of Rangers, with names like Stephen Davis, Lee Wallace, and Neil McCann being mentioned as possible additions. It's an interesting direction because it shows the boss isn't just thinking about tactics. He's thinking about the mentality of this squad. That's exactly what Rangers need right now. The technical side can always improve, but the mindset, that's what makes the difference in the biggest games. Chamatai is a test case for that philosophy. You can see flashes of what he could become, his movement, his hold-up play, his ability to find space. But it's about turning that potential into consistency. The cup defeat to Celtic at Hampton was painful for everyone. Rangers were in it right until extra time, but in the end, it slipped away. A missed opportunity, no doubt. The 10 men fought hard. Tavernier's penalty gave hope, but the final moments were cruel. Still, there were signs of progress. The team played with intensity, with aggression, with a clearer sense of purpose than in some earlier matches. Even though the result hurt, there's a growing feeling that something is building under Danny Roll's leadership. Max Aarons spoke after that game, and his words said a lot about the current mood in the camp. He admitted the pain of losing, especially in a derby, but he also pointed out that there's a new energy around the place. A different intensity, both with and without the ball. You can feel it watching them. The pressing, the transitions, the way players are starting to trust the system. Aaron said he feels confident again, And that's not something you hear often after a defeat to Celtic. It's because there's a sense that this team is finally finding its direction. Danny Roll's impact has been noticeable. Calm, composed, and demanding. He's brought a bit of German structure to the Scottish fire that runs through this club. You can see that balance in the way Rangers are trying to play. Faster in possession, smarter when closing down, and much more united when things get tough. There's still a long way to go, and of course, the results in Europe haven't been what fans hoped for. The losses to GKR and SK Brann were hard to swallow, and now, realistically, the Europa League dream looks out of reach. But that doesn't mean the progress stops there. This is a rebuild in motion. It's about rediscovering the identity that defines Rangers, the fighting spirit, the belief that no matter the setback, this team keeps pushing. Players like Aarons, Raskin, and even Chamatai are all part of that journey. There will be criticism, there will be pressure, but there's also belief. And for a club like Rangers, belief is everything. The supporters have been through enough to know that transformation doesn't happen overnight. The next step now is the Europa League clash with Roma. A massive challenge, even if the odds are stacked against them. It's a chance for pride, for progress, for players to show their learning. And beyond that, the trip to Dundee in the Premiership, a match that could mean far more in the long run. Because this season is far from over. It's about building momentum, about taking the frustrations from Hampden and turning them into fire for what comes next. And if there's one thing this club has always shown, it's resilience. Whether it's players under pressure, fans demanding more, or the team finding its feet under a new manager, Rangers always find a way back. Maybe Chamatai's story is just beginning. Maybe these early struggles are the foundation for something greater. Now, looking ahead, it's not just about bouncing back from one defeat. It's about finding consistency, about proving that this new chapter under Danny Roll isn't just a temporary lift, but the start of something real. The fans can sense it. They can feel the shift in atmosphere, even after a tough weekend like the one at Hampden. It's in the way the players are reacting, the way they're taking responsibility, and how the manager carries himself. There's no panic, no excuses, just focus and belief. That's what you want to see from a Rangers side, especially in moments when things could easily spiral. Max Aarons spoke with honesty that you rarely hear. He admitted the pain, the frustration, the what-ifs that come with a loss like that. But what stood out was his conviction that something positive is brewing. You could tell from his words that the dressing room has a different feel to it. There's accountability, yes, but also a sense of purpose. He talked about the team becoming more streetwise, about learning how to manage games better, and those are the small but crucial details that separate a team trying to find itself from a team that knows exactly who it is. And let's be clear, that's been one of Rangers' biggest challenges in recent years. The quality has always been there, the support unmatched, but maintaining that mental edge week after week has been the missing link. Roll seems to understand that. He's not trying to reinvent Scottish football. He's bringing structure, identity, and a new sense of professionalism that can push this squad beyond its limits. You can already see the tactical clarity on the pitch, the pressing patterns, the quick transitions, the emphasis on intensity. It's all starting to take shape. But the most important thing right now is how the players respond to setbacks. The defeat to Celtic hurt deeply, but what defines Rangers is not the loss itself. It's how they react in the matches that follow. The upcoming Europa League fixture against Roma will test both pride and mentality. The European campaign might already look lost in terms of qualification, but that doesn't mean it's meaningless. Nights like those are about proving that the badge still commands respect. It's about reminding everyone, especially the players themselves, what it means to wear that shirt under the floodlights of Ibrox. The home crowd will be vital again. You can imagine the noise, the passion, the emotion pouring from the stands as the players walk out. Even if the result doesn't carry huge implications for progression, it's about restoring belief. It's about momentum. It's about pride. And maybe, just maybe, that's the kind of night Chamatai needs. A moment to breathe, to find the back of the net, to lift his head and realize he belongs here. Football can change in a second. One goal can turn the mood. One confident finish can change how a player sees himself. And that's where the fans come in. Rangers supporters are known for being demanding, yes, but also fiercely loyal. They'll criticize when it's deserved, but they'll also rally behind a player who gives everything for the shirt. Chamatai needs that energy now more than ever. It's easy to judge him by the goals he's missed, but the truth is, his work rate has been there, his desire visible. Sometimes the ball just won't go in, and that's the cruelty of football. But effort, commitment, and hunger, those are non-negotiables, and that's where he's been delivering. The same goes for the rest of the squad. You can feel that unity growing. The new coaching staff have made a difference, not just tactically but mentally. Bringing in familiar faces connected to the club's history could help even more. Someone like Stephen Davis, for example, understands what it takes to represent Rangers, the discipline, the standard, the pride. Those are qualities that can be passed down to the next generation. You see younger players like Raskin and Lammers trying to embody that same spirit, and that's encouraging. There's also something to be said about how Roll carries himself. He's calm in the storm. He doesn't throw players under the bus, doesn't make excuses, and that's refreshing. You can sense that the squad respects him. They've bought into his message. He's come in, set expectations clearly, and reminded everyone what it means to play for Rangers. You can see that connection forming between the manager, the players, and the supporters. That's not built overnight, but you can already see the early signs of trust returning. And while it's easy to get caught up in what's gone wrong, the missed chances, the lost semifinals, the tough European nights, there's real value in recognizing what's improving. The tempo is higher. The players are pressing smarter. The communication looks better. Even small things, like how they react after conceding, show a team starting to mature. That's the base of something that can last, something that goes beyond a single season. The journey from here won't be smooth. There will be more setbacks, more questions, more headlines. But if this team keeps growing together, keeps believing in the process, they'll come out stronger. The fans will see the fight. The goals will come. And once confidence returns, the football will flow naturally again. That's how it works. Belief first, results next. So as we head into these next few weeks, every game matters. The Premiership trip to Dundee might not look glamorous on paper, but it's exactly the kind of match that defines seasons. These are the games where champions show their resilience. The response after Hampden will tell us a lot, not just about ability, but about character. Rangers need to turn frustration into fuel, anger into ambition. You can already feel that hunger coming back into the group. Players are pushing harder, supporters are demanding more, and the whole club seems determined to climb back to the top. The blueprint is there, a clear system, a manager with authority, and a group that's beginning to trust each other again. It won't happen overnight, but you can sense the shift. Something is building, quietly but surely. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. There's a real buzz rippling through Glasgow this week, and it's not just the November chill in the air. Word around Ibrox is that Rangers have pulled off a major coup, securing the signature of none other than Divic Origy. Yes, that Origi, the cult hero of Liverpool's Champions League triumph in 2019. While neither club has issued an official statement, whispers from sources close to the deal suggest the Belgian forward has agreed terms and is expected to undergo a medical in the coming days. It's understood the move comes after weeks of quiet negotiations, with Origi keen to reignite his career after a few frustrating seasons in Italy and on loan in England. For Rangers, this could prove to be a masterstroke. The club has been desperate for an experienced frontman to complement their attacking options, and Origi, at 30, offers both pedigree and a knack for scoring on the big occasions. Fans will remember his late goals that broke Barcelona hearts at Anfield and sealed Liverpool's European glory in Madrid, moments that turned him from squad player to Anfield legend. The prospect of Origi lining up at Ibrox is already setting tongues wagging across Scottish football. Some insiders reckon he's been swayed by the chance to play regular football under the floodlights, in front of a passionate fanbase hungry for silverware. Others see this as a statement signing, proof that Rangers still have the ambition to attract top talent from Europe's elite leagues. Still, as with all football rumors, a hint of caution remains. Until the ink dries on the contract, supporters will be left refreshing their feeds, wondering if this dream signing will truly materialize. But if the chatter proves true, Divic Origy could soon be trading the red of Merseyside for the royal blue of Glasgow. and the roar that greets him at Ibrox might just rival those unforgettable nights at Anfield. Greetings, fans. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned.